Morgan, for the people.
It is a gorgeous fall Sunday in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 320th straight sellout at Lambeau Field, and it figures to be a good one. The once beaten Cowboys take on the once beaten Packers. And hi again, everybody, alongside the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman and Aaron Andrews. I'm Tom Brenneman. Welcome, as always, to America's Game of the Week. You know, it seems like oftentimes we're talking about passing yards and passing touchdowns, and we might see some of that today. But if you like old school football, running the football, this day might be right up your alley.
Well, nobody runs the ball more, and nobody runs it better than this Dallas Cowboys offense, and nobody stops the run better than this Packers defense. So like you said, Tom, if you like old school smash mouth football, this is going to be worth watching. But the Packers feel they got a pretty good offensive line themselves, and in the past, when you thought about the Packers offensively, you thought about Aaron Rodgers in the passing game, but things have changed. And this offense this year is built more around Eddie Lacy. He comes into this game hobbled a little bit, though. He left last week's game early with an ankle injury. How he's able to hold up today is going to be worth keeping an eye on.
Well, for more on that, let's check in downstairs with Aaron.
Yeah, Tom, Packers are thin in the backfield. You mentioned Lacy with the ankle. RJ Glazer reporting today James Starks had knee surgery. So Aaron Rodgers telling us, look for Ty Montgomery to be a big factor today. He's lined up in the backfield this season 3 times, and he told me during pregame warmups, my mindset is this: I have to be physical and I have to be fast. And even when I make a mistake, it better be quick, and I need to move on. Tom?
Aaron, thank you. This is power versus power indeed. You look inside the numbers. This Dallas rushing attack led by the NFL's leading rusher, the rookie Ezekiel Elliott. 155 yards per game. Green Bay, the rush defense barely over 40. Barely a cloud in the sky. Temperatures right at 70 degrees. A light wind out of the northeast, and we're at Lambeau Field. Cowboys and the Packers. Dallas won the toss, chose to receive, and booted through the back of the end zone. And out comes another rookie. What a start it has been for Rain Dakota Dak Prescott. 155 pass attempts without an interception. That's the longest streak by a rookie to start a career. He is 8 passes without an interception away from breaking Tom Brady's record of number of pass attempts to start a career. Ezekiel Elliott for a gain of close to 3. Elliott 546 rushing yards so far this year. 11 rushing touchdowns, most in the NFL. Well, when you're picking up nearly 5 yards per carry, you're living large.
Last 3 weeks, he's been awfully impressive. He started to see some of the backside cuts that he missed in the first couple of weeks, and this has been an offense that's been on a roll rushing the football for 3 games.
Prescott throws, it's intercepted, but it was blown dead before it ever got started. It looks like someone jumped the line of scrimmage on the Packers side.
Offside. Defense number 52, unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
There's Clay Matthews out here, number 52, and he comes early, but Dallas going into a hurry-up offense. They're at the line of scrimmage, an empty set with Dak Prescott. Seemed to be a little bit of confusion on their part, but they're able to get Clay Matthews with a 5-yard penalty.
Green Bay is the least penalized team in the NFL so far this year. So they fake it to Elliott, and a throw to a wide open Jason Witten, and that's a first down to the 45-yard line.
The Cowboys, they come out there in their big personnel, and they've got one receiver out wide, and they're going to look like it's going to be run, play action. Dak Prescott, you've got to honor that with him keeping the football. Last week against the New York Giants, the Packers didn't have to honor Eli Manning and his running ability, but Prescott has shown a good ability to throw the ball accurately coming out to his left as he did on that play.
Elliott for a second time running room. And the rookie out of Ohio State picks up 11, and that's another Dallas first down. The 171 yards allowed, that's total over the first 4 games by this Green Bay defense, and only the 1995 49ers stingier.
This defense, nobody's been able to run the football against them. Some teams have abandoned the run early. Other teams, the Minnesota Vikings, did not match up well against this Packers front.
Play fake to Elliott. He can catch it out of the backfield. And he has another first down. Inside the 30 to the 28.
You talk about Dak and his ability through 5 games not to throw an interception, and he shows great patience. He's trying to get the ball down the field to Bryce Butler, but Butler gets jammed up just enough, even though he comes loose at the end. He gets jammed up enough. Prescott doesn't like it. He comes right off of him to his outlet receiver, Elliott, underneath.
Elliott. And look, you can talk about the great stars on this Dallas team. The rookies, Elliott, Prescott. We know about Witten. No Dez Bryant, hurt again today for Jason Garrett. His 6th full year as Cowboys head coach. 1 trip to the playoffs 2 years ago, and of course they lost that year when Dez Bryant seemingly made a catch to set up a winning score, and it was overruled on replay. Gain of 4 on first down by Elliott. 2nd down and 6 to the Green Bay 24. In the hands of Beasley, their leading receiver, got a good block from Butler. And he's inside the 10. It's 1st and goal, Dallas. But Troy was just starting to say, you talk about Dallas and you talk about this offensive line.
Well, you got Bryce Butler, who does an excellent job blocking, and Blake Martinez, the linebacker, he's the only guy to try to come out and make a play on that ball. Once you make the good block with Butler, just nobody there to make a play on Beasley before he picks up a nice game.
Out of shotgun, 1st and goal. Prescott, a fake to Elliott. And he's inside the 5, down to the 3. Prescott already has 3 rushing touchdowns this season.
Well, you have to honor this. I talked about it earlier. Right here, he crashes, and Prescott is reading this on the read option. As soon as they collapse, and you see Tyron Smith, the left tackle, he comes up on Jake Ryan, who would be responsible for scraping off the edge and taking the quarterback. So a well-designed play by offensive coordinator Linehan, blocking the guy responsible for the quarterback, and Prescott reading the end of line.
Boy, look at this. Power set. And a timeout is called, or is it a penalty flag? There's a flag in the back of the end zone.
12 players on the field. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Remains 2nd down.
Already 2 penalties on this opening drive. We mentioned Green Bay, the least penalized team in the league. Mike McCarthy, what a year he's done. 8 of his 10 teams have been in the playoffs. 7 have won 10 or more in a season. And off to the 3-1 start here, but it's 2nd and goal. And they're going to throw it. Touchdown, Beasley. Beasley got his first touchdown of the season a week ago against Cincinnati, and appears to have his 2nd of the year on this opening drive. And what a drive it was by Dallas.
Yeah, that drive was too easy for the Dallas Cowboys. They run Beasley in motion. He comes back, and the Packers are in man-to-man coverage. They just run him out in the flat, and just no chance for them to make a play on him in coverage. It was Micah Hyde who was on Beasley, but because he's having to navigate the underneath coverage linebackers, Beasley's able to get a step and a well-thrown ball by Prescott. But to come out, Tom, they average here on the opening drive. We talk about the matchup of the offensive line and how where they're going to run the ball against this Packers defense. Average just under 6 yards a carry on the opening drive of this game.
Yep, 4 rushes, 23 yards.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under review.
Of course, every scoring play and every change of possession is looked at.
It's a question of whether he has possession of the ball as it's crossing the plane. That's a touchdown to me, but here we are on the first possession, going back to what happened in that playoff game as to what this ruling is going to be.
I love the line by Prescott when he said, every time I look for Cole Beasley, that guy's open. Mike Pereira, let's check in with you back in Los Angeles. Are you seeing anything that we might be missing right now?
Well, you know what I'm seeing? This is the old process of going to the ground. Is he going directly to the ground, or was he on his feet? And if they deem that he's going to the ground, then when the ball hits and comes out, it's an incomplete pass. You know, they've been really consistent in staying with calls that are being made in the field, but I think there's a strong notion here, because of what they've said about going directly to the ground, that they might consider
on the
this.
field stands. Touchdown.
So the judiciary says touchdown, Cole Beasley. We thank Mike Pereira as always. He'll be joining us throughout the rest of the afternoon.
Well, Mike brings up a good point. I mean, it's all about the process of the catch, and do you make a move? And if it was all one process, then yeah, you got to control the ball through the catch to the ground, and they deemed that he had possession, and once it crosses the goal line, it then was a touchdown.
Good snap, good hold, good kick by Dan Bailey. The last 5 meetings between the Packers and the Cowboys. Packers have won them all. 4 of them played at Lambeau, 1 at AT&T Stadium. The last time and the only time the Cowboys won in Green Bay was the first year that Aaron Rodgers took over as starter in 2008.
Well, you think back to last week's win for the Green Bay Packers. They ran the ball a season high 44 times in that game for 230 yards. And Mike McCarthy, when we visited with him, as you see this first touchdown allowed on the opening drive for the Packers defense, but Mike McCarthy talked about being able to control the clock and control the ball and really beat Dallas at their game, which they did a year ago. Now the circumstances were obviously different for the Cowboys, but they can't be real happy on that Packers sidelines the way the Dallas offense went right through them on the opening drive.
I don't know if anything in this world you could deem perfect, but that was as close to a perfect drive as a team can have. Prescott 4 of 4. And as you mentioned, they average almost 6 yards per rushing attempt. This is Ty Montgomery. We could be saying his name a lot today. Slips a couple of tackles, still on his feet. And up to the 25-yard line, tripped up by Keith Smith. So here comes a 32-year-old Chico, California native. First round pick in 05, took over after backing up Brett Favre for 3 years in 08. Aaron Rodgers, and look, you talked to him point blank about those very numbers. This is a guy that over the last number of years, every year he's 63, 65, 68%, and among the lowest in a long time.
Well, they came into this year with a career completion percentage of 65%, and obviously those numbers are well off of that mark. A lot of reasons for that beyond just the way Aaron has thrown the football.
Lacy trying to play through an ankle injury, picks up maybe a yard. Tackled by Sean Lee, Cowboys leading tackler. I mean, take a look at this. This season the yards are down. Look at the passing yards, they're down, the lowest in the Aaron Rodgers era. And many turn back the clock after the 6 of those start to last year, the Week 7 game in Denver, when Rodgers threw for a career low 77 yards. Ever since that game, every number and category is way down. Passing yards, touchdowns, yards per attempt, the wins are down. Lacy to the 29, it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think it was in that Denver game when teams started playing the Packers offense just a little bit differently. You know, they started to play 2 deep looks and against their wide receivers and force them to try to create some separation, allow them to run the football, and they weren't able to do that consistently enough without Jordy Nelson. And the belief was once Jordy comes back, they're going to be back to themselves offensively, and it just hasn't worked quite that way.
Third down and 6, good protection. And now Aaron flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. He'll pick up a first down to the 38-yard line. There is a penalty flag in the secondary. It's going to go against Dallas.
Illegal contact. Defense number 42. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
A veteran, strong safety, good player. Really become a good player year in and year out as Barry Church.
You go back and look at that last play, and Aaron Rodgers trying to throw the ball to the corner route here, and that's the contact that was made. That's where Rodgers was going with the football, and once that timing got off, he was able to tuck it and run. But some of those things where receivers have not been able to create separation, have not been able to get
Charge
open.
timeout. Dallas, they're first.
The Cowboys going to spend their first time out here in the opening half. 8:10 to go, and the Cowboys out to a 7-0 lead. Well, football all day today, and then rolling right into baseball tonight. Game 2, National League Championship Series from historic Wrigley Field in Chicago. The Dodgers battled back to tie last night before the Miguel Montero grand slam. That's over on FS1. Clayton Kershaw will get the ball tonight for the Dodgers against Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks had a spectacular regular season. Take it to Lacy. And offline on the throw to Jordy Nelson.
You see the frustration there by Aaron Rodgers, and these are just some of those types of throws. As Jordy Nelson, he gets pretty good position there on Morris Claiborne, and yet Rodgers misses him, and that's a ball that we're used to just seeing in his sleep, that he would just stick right on his chest. And I think it's those kinds of throws that he's missed where people have just kind of wondered, what's going on with some of the accuracy issues.
Flag thrown. This will be against Claiborne. Got tangled up with Jordy Nelson, and Claiborne saying, what else am I supposed to do?
So you got that sun too, right in Jordy Nelson, but the hand on the helmet.
Hands to the face. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Of course, Dallas traded up, you may remember, to choose Claiborne in 2012 with a 6th overall pick. He's had his ups and downs, but they feel like he's playing better than at any point in his still very young career.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, when you're the 6th overall pick, there's high expectations. He's playing his best football, and even Aaron Rodgers commented on how well he was playing for the Cowboys this year.
Give it to Lacy. Big running room for Eddie Lacy. Leapfrogs a defender, and he's inside the 30. Look at the big fella. He leaped right over Byron Jones.
You're going to see good movement along that offensive line, and then Eddie Lacy seeing the cutback lane, and then Justin Durant just simply overruns it. Excuse me. Damian Wilson overruns it, and Eddie Lacy showing that Ezekiel Elliott's not the only one who can hurdle.
This is something Aaron brought up earlier. They're going to give Lacy a break and put Montgomery in the backfield. They put it in the hands for the first time early on to Randall Cobb. Cobb coming off of his first monster game of this season. 9 catches, 108 yards in the win over the New York Giants.
Well, look, this offensive line for the Packers all week long, they've talked about how good the Cowboys offensive line is, arguably the best in football, but their line has done a good job as well. I think they've got something to prove, and that was a nice job up front and a big gain for this offense.
That's Montgomery. Jones slams him down very close to a first down. He might be just a hair short, which would bring up 3rd and a yard. Packers going to bring in an extra offensive lineman. They go up front with Bakhtiari, Taylor, Treader, a first-year starter, Lang and Balaga. Jason Spriggs, 78, has come on. The fullback, not sure he got there, Aaron Ripkowski. In fact, he didn't get there. All right, Troy Aikman, if it's short of a first down, it's 4th down and a yard. Is it in Mike McCarthy's nature to go early on?
Well, he's looking right now to see what it is. It looks to me like there's no decision to be made. He's going to go for it on 4th down. He just got jammed up right on the offensive line.
Dallas goes down the field on its opening drive, scores a touchdown. And on the first possession by Green Bay, down to the 20, it looked like Mike McCarthy would go for it. 4th down and a yard. He's elected to bring on Mason Crosby. And he'll put the Packers on the board with a 37-yard field goal try. Crosby has now made 40 straight at Lambeau from inside 40 yards.
General, there's been a breach. We need your password so we can lock down the system.
My password.
Yes, sir, we need your password.
The password that I use.
Yes, sir, your password.
There's been another breach.
Sir.
Right. Oh, okay. IHATEMYJOB1.
I hate my job. 1.
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
We believe in respect.
It brings out our very best.
We respect time. It's the most valuable thing humans possess.
We respect design
and creativity. Respect displays the best of who we are, because respect sees another as worthy of our time.
Introducing Genesis. In a world scrambling to put itself first.
Respect is a breath of fresh luxury.
Get your fall fix with huge deals right now at Lowe's, like 15% off all special order doors and windows. Plus, get 10% off appliances $396 or more. Make your home happy this fall with the season's biggest savings at Lowe's.
All right, we're going to take you for the tour. First floor, bun. Second floor, 2 patties. Third floor, penthouse, 6 strips of bacon, sesame seed roof. Sunset.
Try the new Bacon King with a half pound of beef and 6 strips of crispy bacon. It's truly the Bacon King, only at Burger King.
Let's see how long you can go. Go!
No, dude, please don't cut her hair.
Look, it's aardvark.
What? You are super good.
Your mom's back. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Okay, goodbye. Tag, you're in.
Thank you.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Go back and take a look at that 3rd down play, and you see how Spriggs here, he's back in the fullback position as Lane Taylor is as well, and he just gets blown up. That defensive front slants hard down inside. They get no movement along the offensive line and a missed opportunity, and I really am a bit surprised that McCarthy didn't elect to go for it on 4th down.
Put it through the back of the end zone. Wondering about Eddie Lacy today. Came in with an injured ankle. Big man looked good right there. But Ginger over on the sideline.
I overpack, but my guy knows what to bring. Like Viagra single packs for ED.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra single packs.
Guys, no one's playing as you in Madden on Xbox One. As your agent, I need you to go out there and connect with the Xbox Live community. Get your popularity back up.
Great game, Julia.
I win! Oh, yeah!
Go.
Come on, get there. Yes! Touchdown.
Snap,
catches the ball, drops back.
Strip sack Miller. Guys, it's so easy to connect on Xbox Live. What's the issue?
Y'all need to work on y'all people skills.
Play together on the fastest gaming network. Get the new Xbox One S.
This $6.99 any deal is too good to be true. 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any recipe, no questions asked. Well, I got some questions. Does that include meat lovers?
Yeah.
Are you a hologram?
What?
The $6.99 any deal, is it proof that no one out pizzas the hut?
Both of these lineups have plenty of star power.
No rust on this swing.
Oh my goodness. What postseason matchup. What a night.
Dodgers Cubs NLCS Game 2 tonight on FS1.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it.
Eddie Lacy a second ago gave a thumbs up as if to say he's all right. But you wonder, it certainly appeared as though Mike McCarthy wanted to go on 4th down and a yard a moment ago. It was very late to send out the field goal unit. First down throw. And a reception made by Terrence Williams, the first down to the 35. Let's check in downstairs with Aaron.
A couple things going on the Packers sidelines. Eddie Lacy, after that big run, guys, and I'm about to get trampled, came off the field and started testing out that ankle. Now the trainers are surrounding him. And then, as you mentioned, it looked like Mike McCarthy was going to go for it on 4th and 1. Obviously, they didn't. He turned around, was very upset with somebody on the staff here. And as I mentioned about Eddie Lacy, guys, trainers surrounding him. They're trying to figure out that cleat on his left foot.
All right, Aaron, thank you. You'll never know until after this one's over if he wanted to go for it. Ezekiel Elliott bottled up at the line of scrimmage by big Mike Daniels.
Well, the way that Mike McCarthy was looking at his call sheet on 4th down, it sure looked to me like he had no reservations about going for it. That's what his decision was going to be. And I saw him snap and yell something at someone down there, and maybe it was because Eddie Lacy was on the sidelines and couldn't get him back into the game, is why he then decided to go for the field goal and not go for it on 4th down.
Second down, Prescott. Too tall for Witten. It'll bring up 3rd down, and let's check in for the first time today with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Tom. A crazy game in New Orleans. A ton of offense. Breeze and Newton combined for 7 touchdowns, but it ends on a game-winning 52-yard field goal by Saints rookie Will Lutz. Panthers drop to 1-5. Tom, Troy, and Aaron.
Man, what a tough year it's been for the defending NFC champion Carolina Panthers. Starting in week 1. And only 1 win.
Well, the Packers defensively have been able to get the Cowboys into 3rd and long. Dallas has been good on this down all year.
Well, they're the best in the NFL. 50%. Prescott rolls, throws, and it's caught by Witten, but he'll be denied first down yardage. So the Packer defense will get off the field on this second Dallas possession.
This offensive line, again, affording Dak Prescott time in the pocket. He's trying to get the ball to the outside. He reads the coverage well and does not throw the ball into danger, rolls back out to his left. Witten just not deep enough to pick up the first down with the reception. But some of the things that Prescott's been able to do, and usually you confuse a young quarterback and you catch him throwing into some various looks defensively. He just has not done that.
Jones on the punt, and Davis a fair catch at the 14-yard line. Well, Rodgers and the Packers move the ball up and down the field their first go around, but the Cowboys lead it 7-3.
We will eradicate the authority of the earth.
We sent men beyond our atmosphere, but the open space gave way to an insurgency.
We will break that!
Captain's dead.
So who has the con, Gator?
I believe you do, sir.
Salt, you with me?
Always. Captain's place is on the bridge.
Not this, Captain. Not today.
If you don't make that kind of choice, you have no place being in command.
Turn the ship around!
The pilot of this ship. It's my job to make sure that we get back.
I gave you a direct order!
Kill him. takes to win this war.
Rated M for mature.
Get access to the beta this weekend.
In 6 days, half the people on Earth will die.
He created a plague.
We have 48 hours to stop an extinction level event.
I left you a path.
If I can break the code, we can stop it.
Inferno, rated PG-13.
When Chili started, love was free. Our food was pretty darn close, too. We're keeping that spirit alive with fajitas, a salad, and a mini molten cake for just $10. Chili's, chillin' since '75.
Today's game is sponsored by Chili's $10 3-for-me deal. Chillin' since '75. By Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL. And by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach.
Well, I think our distinguished crew spent the entire weekend over at Luna Coffee in De Pere, Wisconsin. While they were bouncing off walls last night. So first down, play action and Rodgers to throw it and down the middle of the field, and then it's jarred loose. Was that a catch by Jordy Nelson and then a fumble? And yes is the decision.
The catch, a fumble, and a recovery by Dallas.
We'll take a look and see if he definitely had. Yeah, looked to me like he had possession. You know, that's a point of emphasis for the league right now. Anything close, they're going to rule incomplete, but it sure looked like a catch and a fumble. Jordy Nelson's had a tough couple of weeks. He had 3 drops last week, one of which led to an interception off his hands in the red zone. And here in the first quarter, he puts the ball on the ground and gives the Cowboys great offensive field position.
And of course, they'll make sure they'll take a look at it as they do on every change of possession or turnover. But it'd be hard to imagine, as Barry Church was the one who delivered the hit to jar it loose, that this would be overturned. Of course, Nelson's come all the way back from the ACL injury, missing all of last year. Not quite at 100%. Sometimes those things take a lot longer than just 12 months.
Yeah, I talked to him on the field before the game. He feels like he's back where he was, but I think they always feel that way.
Play action fake. Prescott steps away from trouble and is able to deliver a strike to Williams, a first down.
That is so good by Dak Prescott in the pocket, and you know, he's able to drop back and just have the presence and feel to step up and not panic and then deliver a good ball to Terrence Williams. And that's probably what has impressed me the most about Dak Prescott, is his ability, as you see. He just sets the record.
Yep.
163. It's ironic that it's Tom Brady's record who he breaks, because a lot of comparisons between those two guys on what's going to happen when a decision has to be made when the starter resumes. Bill Belichick in 01 stayed with Tom Brady when Bledsoe was ready. What's going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, you better buckle up there, Hall of Famer. I'm going to be asking your opinion of that a little bit later on. That's a hot topic in Big D.
I'll get ready.
I've invested a lot in this game, and the returns I get out are measured in reps. Competition. Sometimes it's audibles, bright lights, and celebrations. It's huddles, camaraderie, and games played.
At TD Ameritrade, we believe the best investments are the ones that matter most to you.
This is for everyone. Are you ready? We'll take 16 million tickets, 50,000 foam hats, 2 million of those, and 1 million with cheese.
Hot dog, what do you want? Hot dog.
3 million hot dogs and goosebumps. We'll need billions of goosebumps. 1 million pre-game rituals.
Are you done?
What else do we need? Jerseys. We'll take all of them. And one almost perfect plan. Click, tap, dip, or swipe. Choose Visa, official payment partner of the NFL.
Here at Outback, the stakes have definitely been raised. We've taken our tender centre-cut sirloin, a crispy hash brown cake, and topped them high with grilled shrimp on the barbie or onion rings. Hurry in. Outback Steak Towers start at just $15.99.
An all-new Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, tonight on Fox.
Into the NFL record books goes Dak Prescott. He's hit on 7 of 8, 79 yards and a touchdown. And 163 pass attempts to begin his career without an interception. Had an eye on Ezekiel Elliott there. It's incomplete.
Go back and take a look at that previous play, and this is what Dak Prescott did not do in college. He did not take the ball from under center. He didn't run play action, and he didn't drop back. But on this play, as he works up into the pocket, he's not watching the pass rush. He's just managing the pocket as you should. As a quarterback, he does it outstanding. And there's Terrence Williams working across the field, and guy's had some lapses this year, but he has really stepped up and had a nice start to his season. He's made some nice plays, especially with the injury to Des Bryant here in the last few weeks.
Packers have some injuries in that secondary. They're without their Pro Bowler Sam Shields. That's Alfred Morris, and he picks up a yard. And then yesterday, when we were at practice, Quentin Rollins, a very valuable member, as a third corner in that Green Bay secondary, got hurt. James Starks was injured last week, left the team after a death in his family, and so it's been a rough week for Mike McCarthy.
Yes, it has. I mean, they've had a lot of injuries this year, and Mike McCarthy's first thing he talked about when we visited with him yesterday.
Last 3rd and 9, Green Bay came up with a stop. Blitz coming, and it's jarred loose and intercepted. The ball pops into the air, and that is a second interception for Joe Thomas. What a huge play by this Green Bay defense.
Looked like it was Julius Peppers who came off the edge and is able to get Prescott's hand just as he's trying to let the ball go.
So one pass attempt after breaking the all-time record. That is the first interception by Prescott.
Well, we see as Julius Peppers comes around the edge, he's able to get a hand on the ball on Prescott as he's trying to deliver it, and just a great opportunity there to keep points off the board by this Green Bay Packers defense after the Cowboys got the ball with great field position to start that drive. It's a great job on their part.
And Troy, I'm being told that is not going to be ruled an interception. That is going to be ruled a fumble that never touched the ground. So
most
Prescott
interceptions
still,
don't.
No, they don't.
Green 18! Green 18!
Lacy back in the game off the left side, and that'll be a gain of 3. So again, to repeat, this is not an interception by Prescott.
You watch Peppers here as he comes off the edge around Doug Free, and he just keeps playing. You know, for a guy who's his age, now in his 15th year, they're utilizing him and trying to keep his snaps down so he can be fresh on these 3rd down situations. He makes a key play in this ballgame.
He is now 36 years young. Catch made by Justin Perillo. That's another area of injury for these Packers. Their regular starter is Jared Cook. He's out, having left for a 2nd straight game with an ankle injury. So today they go with Rodgers and Perillo.
Well, Eddie Lacy's worth keeping an eye on. We talked about it coming into the game. We've heard Aaron Andrews' report, but he's hobbled walking around. It looks like it's giving him some problems. You just don't know how much longer he's going to be able to go.
Hey, Philo! Yeah, what's Pirate? Look at the 8! Look at high up! Green 19! Green 19!
3rd down and 3, 4-man rush. Rodgers looking around. Boy, you give him that much time, and you are good as cooked. And he finds Cobb to the 45. That looked like the old Aaron Rodgers right there. So elusive in the pocket, and delivers a strike to keep the drive alive when we return after a word from your local Fox station.
Domino's has a $7.99 Monday through Thursday carryout deal. But if you carried out Friday through Sunday, you might have felt bamboozled. So we're extending the deal to every day and giving people who paid more a little payback. Like the Smith family, who got free pizza for a year. They love pizza. We gave Brad a day with the Noid. You're welcome. And we gave Rajesh a nightlight. Payback. Go to pizzapayback.com for a chance to get yours. And carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99. Now, every day.
The Cowboys have no defense. They're nothing. They've been nothing for the last 4 years.
Shannon, you...
Lethal Weapon, this Wednesday on Fox.
Today, I'm at Total Wine & More, hunting for the best price for my favorite bottle of scotch. My favorite scotch is smooth, like me, and even smoother at a low price. This is it, the lowest price in town. Paying a pretty penny for a good scotch? Now, believe me, Total Wine & More knows value. Now, vodka.
Find the right bottle at the right price. Total Wine & More. Now open at Paddock Shops. Please drink responsibly.
You could spend all day Saturday and Sunday fighting Louisville traffic to shop for your next car, or spend an hour or two on the Swope Miracle Mile in Elizabethtown. Drive Toyota, Ford, Hyundai, Nissan, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, all discount priced with this promise. It has to be the right car at the right price, or you can bring it back. We're 35 minutes south of Louisville and convenient to everyone in central Kentucky. So spend an hour or two with us on Saturday and enjoy your new car and your family on Sunday.
I grabbed my lipstick. Hey, what are you doing?
Getting the coats.
For a half hour?
Bob just got Time Warner Cable. He's getting more.
More what?
More than 30,000 movies and shows on demand, most for free. Look, he's DVRing like 6 shows at once.
Let's go.
Oh, this grass is so much greener than on our TV.
Why are your shoes off?
Because I'm on their bed. I don't want to be rude.
Discover how much more is included.
Are those meatballs still circulating?
Get TV, internet, and phone for $89.99 per month, only from Time Warner Cable.
Montgomery in the backfield as we're set to begin the second quarter. 7-3 Dallas, and they hand it to Montgomery. And there is just nowhere to go. And the reason that Montgomery is in there, the fear for Green Bay is how long could Eddie Lacy go today on that wounded ankle?
Well, this was the last play before the quarter, and you see that he's clearly hobbled, and then he'll signal over to the sidelines that he needs to come out. And I don't know that we're going to see much of him the rest of this afternoon.
And that running game had just started to get going for the Packers. Less than 95 yards in each of the first 2. They've gone for 123, then 147 on the ground their last 2. That ball pops in the air and is nearly intercepted. Sean Lee almost made the play.
Well, I don't know what's going on some of these types of throws. I mean, it's Abradaris, who's a receiver that Rodgers really likes. In fact, in visiting with him yesterday, he said that he wants him to get more opportunities because the guy simply gets open. And Sean Lee almost with a great opportunity to get another takeaway, but a real easy throw and a well-run route, and yet Rodgers was considerably off the mark.
So 3rd down and 12. They need to get to the Dallas 36 to convert on 3rd down, and forever back there is Rodgers. And apparently nobody's open, and down he goes, and a penalty flag comes in. Did Durant grab a hold of that face mask of Aaron Rodgers? Boy, if so, that is a costly penalty.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Wow, that takes away a 15-yard sack, and it turns into a first down.
Yeah, real costly because they got Aaron Rodgers in the rights, and right there is what they get is the headgear. Clearly, the referee's right there watching the whole thing, and a penalty that certainly hurts the Cowboys, and great coverage on the back end by this Cowboys defense. A lot of time, once again, just like last week, for Rodgers to try to find somebody, just nobody able to shake coverage, and Rod Marinelli obviously not happy about that penalty.
Marinelli, 67 years young, in his 3rd year as the Cowboys defensive coordinator. Started his coaching career at Rosemead High School in California in 1973. Would have been 4th and 24 on the other side of midfield. Instead, it's first down. And again thrown behind the intended receiver, in this case Richard Rodgers. Now, could Rodgers have caught it? We'll take a look, but he's wide open.
Yeah, they turn him loose in this zone coverage, and down the middle of the field, Rodgers sees him, and a ball that obviously is behind him. Aaron is frustrated with himself. Yeah, Richard Rodgers could have caught that ball, but for a guy who has been as accurate as Aaron Rodgers has been throughout his career, to miss some really just basic throws, it's just something I'm not used to seeing.
19.
Second down and 10. Here's Lacey back in the game. That's powerful running right there. He's inside the 30. That'll be a gain of 5. Well, there's a lot of jawing going on down there. We brought up before this game ever started, Troy, that down in the trenches in a seemingly game that is evolving into throwing the ball a lot, everything through the air, these two teams are still committed, when healthy, to running the football.
Yeah, I think the shift really for both teams. Just a few years ago, both of these teams were throwing the ball a lot.
Yep.
The Packers were throwing it because they couldn't run it, and then they drafted Eddie Lacy, and they became a more balanced offense, but in the process of that, they've struggled in the passing game.
Rodgers again, just getting incredible protection. And that is Jordy Nelson, and he is a yard short of the first down. Okay, here we go again now. Decision time, and the decision has been made. Second time, 4th and a yard. Yeah, they're saying 2. It doesn't look like 2.
It's I was going to say, if it's a yard, it's a full yard, and the way they got stuffed on 3rd and 1, I don't disagree with this call. Like I said, I really thought McCarthy was going to go for it earlier in the first quarter. I like the decision here to kick it.
43 yards for Mason Crosby, and right down the middle for the 10th-year kicker, and a good one. And a good game as we expected at Lambeau Field.
Look, anyone who thinks you gotta make a truck heavier to make it stronger has been working too long without a hard hat. Meet the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty. They cut weight with a high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body and reinvested a big chunk of it to beef up the high-strength steel frame, forging the most capable heavy-duty pickup in America. Time to punch work in the face. This is the next level. This is the Ford Super Duty.
Hey, Evan. So, you're stuck at a work thing. With DirecTV and AT&T, you can stream all your favorite shows without using your data. That makes you more powerful than a table for 60.
Wednesdays are the new Thursdays.
Or the mandatory after party.
How early is too early to leave?
You're not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's your TV. Take it with you. Watch all your live channels on your devices data-free.
This $6.99 any deal is too good to be true. 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any recipe, no questions asked. Well, I got some questions. Does that include meat lovers?
Yeah.
Are you a hologram?
What?
The $6.99 any deal, is it proof that no one out pizzas the Hut?
Bud Light says raise one to right now. So why not raise the right one? Miller Lite has more taste and half the carbs. Miller Lite, spelled different because it's brewed different.
Today's game is sponsored by the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty. This is the next level. By DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. And by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I mean, does it get any better than that right there? Rocher Organic Farms, just up 41 north from Lambeau